There's this moment when you arrive on a teardrop-shaped island where ancient temples rise from jungle. Leopards prowl national parks, and tea plantations cascade down misty mountains. Sri Lanka packs incredible diversity into 65,000 square kilometers. We're covering 20 places that matter: Yala, Galle Fort, Sigiriya, Trincomalee, Ella, Pinawala, Dambulla, Mirisa, Polonnaruwa, Pidurangala, Udawalawe, Nuwara Eliya, Bentota, Kandy, Adams Peak, Anuradhapura, Nine Arch Bridge, Sinaraja, Colombo, and Ravana Falls. Hit subscribe to Global Luxe Journeys because all recommendations are linked in the description. Yala National Park has the world's highest density of leopards. These magnificent cats are remarkably common here, especially during early morning game drives. The park covers nearly 1,000 square kilometers of scrub jungle, grasslands, and lagoons. Elephants move through in herds, sloth bears forage in the jungle, crocodiles bask on riverbanks. Over 200 bird species live here, including painted storks and peacocks. Game drives start at dawn when animals are most active. Open jeeps navigate dirt tracks through the wilderness. Your driver and tracker scan for movement and pug marks. When they spot a leopard, the excitement is electric. The big cats are remarkably relaxed around vehicles, often lounging in trees or padding along paths. Block 1 gets crowded with jeeps. Consider Block 5 for fewer vehicles and similar wildlife. The park closes for 1 month during dry season, usually in September. Galle Fort is where colonial architecture meets tropical charm on the southern coast. The Portuguese built the original fort in 1588. The Dutch extensively fortified it throughout the 1600s. Today, the fort is a living neighborhood with boutique hotels, restaurants, galleries, and homes inside massive walls. Walking the ramparts at sunset is magical. The ocean crashes against walls below. The lighthouse stands at the fort's southern tip. The Dutch Reformed Church from 1755 displays original floor tiles. The National Maritime Museum occupies the Old Dutch Warehouse. Galle Fort Hotel and Amangala offer colonial luxury and restored heritage buildings. Smaller guest houses provide character at lower prices. Boutiques sell gems and contemporary art. The fort gets busy during the day with tour groups. Stay inside the fort to experience it during peaceful early morning and atmospheric evening hours when day trippers have left. Sigiriya is an ancient rock fortress rising 200 meters from surrounding jungle. King Kashyapa built his palace on top in the 5th century. The climb to the summit takes about 90 minutes. The first section passes through landscaped gardens with reflecting pools. Halfway up, you reach the mirror wall. This plastered wall was once polished so perfectly, it reflected like a mirror. Ancient graffiti covers it with verses written over centuries. The Lion Gate once featured a massive carved lion. Only the enormous paws remain today. The final staircase between these paws is steep and exposed. The summit reveals palace foundations and cisterns carved into rock. The views across jungle to distant mountains are spectacular. The Sigiriya frescoes in a sheltered rock pocket show beautiful paintings of celestial maidens dating to the 5th century. Go early morning to avoid heat and crowds. The rock has no shade. Trincomalee, on the northeast coast, has some of Sri Lanka's most beautiful beaches. The natural harbor is one of the finest in the world. Various powers fought over it for centuries because of its strategic value. Nilaveli and Upuveli beaches stretch for kilometers with white sand and clear water. They're less developed than southern beaches. Pigeon Island National Park offshore has excellent snorkeling with coral reefs and sea turtles. Boats take you there in 20 minutes. The hot springs at Kanya feature 7 wells that bubble with naturally heated water. Each well has slightly different temperatures. Konaswaram Temple sits on a cliff overlooking the bay. This Hindu temple dates back over 2,000 years. The Northeast opened to tourism more recently after the Civil War. This means it feels less commercialized. Blue whales migrate past from March through April. Whale watching trips head offshore to see these giants. Yala is a small mountain town with spectacular setting. Tea plantations, waterfalls, and dramatic viewpoints surround it. The town is just one main street, with guest houses, restaurants, and bars. The vibe is relaxed and social. Yala Rock is a popular hike taking about 3 hours round trip. The trail winds through tea plantations and jungle to a viewpoint with 360-degree mountain views. Little Adams Peak is easier with equally impressive views. The path passes through tea estates where workers pluck leaves by hand. The 9-arch bridge outside town is Yala's iconic sight. This Colonial railway bridge arches through jungle, creating perfect photos. Trains cross it several times daily. The train journey from Kandy to Yala is one of the world's most scenic. It takes about 7 hours through mountains and tea country. Book first-class seats for windows that open. Local passengers hang out of doors for better views. If you're still watching and dreaming of Sri Lankan adventures, hit that like button and subscribe to Global Luxe Journeys. We're building a community of travelers who seek authentic experiences beyond tourist crowds. Pinnawala Elephant Orphanage was established in 1975 to care for orphaned and injured elephants. The facility now houses over 80 elephants, making it one of the largest captive herds. The main attraction is watching elephants bathe in the river twice daily. They walk from the orphanage through the village to the Ma Oya River. The sight of dozens of elephants splashing and playing is memorable. Baby elephants are adorable as they figure out how to use their trunks. However, the facility has faced criticism regarding elephant welfare. Some experts argue conditions aren't ideal, and tourist interactions cause stress to the animals. It's worth researching before visiting. Ethical elephant watching in natural settings at Udawalawe or Minariya might be preferable. If you visit Pinawala, avoid places offering elephant rides which are harmful to these intelligent animals. Dambulla Cave Temple is a massive complex filled with Buddha statues and ancient murals. 5 caves house over 150 statues. The caves were converted to temples in the 1st century BC. The murals covering cave ceilings depict Buddha's life and Sri Lankan history. The colors remain vibrant after many centuries. The main cave features a stunning reclining Buddha carved from rock and covered in gold leaf. The atmosphere inside the cool caves is peaceful, despite tourist crowds. The temple sits on a hill requiring a climb up stone steps. Monkeys hang around the entrance looking for food. Keep bags closed. The views from the temple across the countryside are excellent. The Golden Temple at the base has a massive modern Buddha statue visible from kilometers away. The temple complex is UNESCO, listed for its historical and artistic significance. Marissa is a crescent-shaped beach on the south coast that's become Sri Lanka's whale-watching capital. Blue whales and sperm whales migrate past from November through April. Boats leave early morning heading offshore to find the whales. The blue whale is Earth's largest animal. Seeing one surface beside your boat is humbling. Sperm whales dive deep and breach spectacularly. Spinner dolphins often accompany the boats. Choose operators who follow responsible practices and maintain proper distance. Marissa Beach is beautiful with golden sand and palm trees. The western end has beach bars and restaurants with fresh seafood. Sunset from the beach is lovely. Swimming is generally safe, though currents can be strong. Parrot Rock, a small island offshore, is accessible at low tide. Marissa has a younger backpacker vibe with beach parties and affordable accommodation. Polonnaruwa was Sri Lanka's medieval capital from the 11th through 13th centuries. The ancient city covers a large area with palace ruins, temples, and massive Buddha statues. The royal palace complex demonstrates the scale of this once great civilization. The council chamber features carved stone elephants and columns. The quadrangle area contains the most important religious buildings. The Vatadaja Relic House has concentric circles of stone columns. The Galle stone book records the king's achievements in carved script. The Galle Vihara features 4 Buddha statues carved from a single granite wall. The standing and reclining Buddhas are masterpieces of Sinhalese art. The serene expressions and perfect proportions are breathtaking. The site is best explored by bicycle. Rent one at the entrance and cycle between ruins. Go early morning to avoid heat. Polonnaruwa is less touristy than Sigiriya, despite being equally impressive. Pidurangala Rock sits just north of Sigiriya. It's less famous, but offers equally spectacular views. The climb is shorter and more adventurous than Sigiriya. The path leads through jungle and past a temple to the final scramble. The last section requires climbing over boulders. It's manageable but requires some agility. The summit gives you eye-level views of Sigiriya rock across the jungle. Watching sunrise from Pidurangala with Sigiriya silhouetted against the sky is magical. The rock is popular with photographers for this reason. It's less crowded than Sigiriya and significantly cheaper. A small temple at the base has a large reclining Buddha carved from rock. Monks still use the temple, dress respectfully covering shoulders and knees. The rock surfaces are hot in afternoon sun. Wear shoes with good grip. Many visitors do Pidurangala at sunrise, then Sigiriya later in the morning. Udawalawe National Park is the best place in Sri Lanka to see wild elephants. The park has over 500 elephants, remarkably easy to spot in open grasslands and around the reservoir. Unlike dense jungle, Udawalawe's terrain allows clear views. Herds with babies are common sights. Watching young elephants play while adults feed is endlessly entertaining. The park also has water buffalo, crocodiles, and numerous bird species. The landscape is drier and more open than other parks. Game drives happen morning and afternoon when animals are active. The park is less touristy than Yala. You'll see fewer vehicles competing for sightings. The focus here is elephants. The elephant transit home near the entrance cares for orphaned elephant calves. They're rehabilitated and released into the park. You can watch feeding times from a viewing platform. It's more ethical than Pinawala, with less direct tourist contact. Nuwara Eliya is called Little England because British colonials made it their hill station retreat. The town sits at 1,900 meters elevation, making it Sri Lanka's coolest location. The colonial architecture, golf course, and race course create unusual atmosphere. This doesn't feel like tropical Sri Lanka. The surrounding hills are covered in tea plantations. The estates offer tours showing how tea is processed from bush to cup. You can taste different grades of tea. Ceylon tea from these highlands is prized globally. The Pedro Tea Estate is accessible and offers good tours. Horton Plains National Park nearby has dramatic scenery including World's End, a sheer cliff dropping 880 meters. The views on clear mornings extend to the coast. Gregory Lake in town has boats and walking paths. The colonial buildings include the Grand Hotel and Hill Club. They serve cream teas and maintain old-world atmosphere. The town gets genuinely cold at night. Bring warm layers. Bentota is the most developed beach resort area on the west coast. Wide sandy beaches extend for kilometers. The Bentota River flows parallel to the coast, creating a lagoon perfect for water sports. Jet skiing, banana boats, and water skiing are popular. Boat safaris up the river through mangroves let you see monitor lizards and birds. The beaches have many large resort hotels. These offer all-inclusive packages with pools, restaurants, and beach access. Brief Garden Inland is the landscaped estate of architect Bevis Bawa. His brother Geoffrey Bawa was Sri Lanka's most famous architect. The garden is lush and whimsical with sculptures and ponds. Lunuganga, Geoffrey Bawa's country estate nearby, shows his design philosophy. The buildings integrate seamlessly with the landscape. Tours of both estates require booking ahead. Bentota works well for beach relaxation after cultural touring inland. The sea can be rough with strong currents. Swim only in designated safe areas. Kandy is Sri Lanka's cultural capital and last royal capital before British colonization. The city sits in a valley surrounded by mountains. The Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic is Buddhism's most important site in Sri Lanka. The temple houses a tooth of Buddha. Devotees believe the tooth has been on the island since the 4th century. The relic isn't visible, but pilgrims pray at the golden casket that contains it. The temple complex is beautiful, with Kandyan architecture and daily puja ceremonies. Thousands of devotees visit daily, dress modestly, and remove shoes. The Kandy Lake beside the temple is perfect for evening walks. The lake is artificial, created by the last king. The Paradenia Botanical Gardens outside Kandy have an outstanding collection of tropical plants. The Orchid House and giant bamboo are highlights. Kandy's cultural dance performances showcase traditional Kandyan dance with elaborate costumes and drums. The town has colonial buildings and a bustling market. Adams Peak, called Sri Pada in Sinhala, is a holy mountain rising 2,243 meters. A footprint-shaped depression on the summit is sacred to multiple religions. Buddhists believe it's Buddha's footprint. Hindus say it's Shiva's. Christians and Muslims attribute it to Adam. The pilgrimage season runs December to May when weather is clearer. Thousands climb the mountain nightly during this period. The climb starts around 2 a.m., aiming to reach the summit for sunrise. The route has over 5,000 steps lit by lights during season. Tea shops along the way offer refreshments and rest. The climb takes 3 to 5 hours depending on fitness. The final section gets very crowded during season. Everyone wants to reach the top for sunrise. The moment the sun breaks over the horizon and casts the mountain's triangular shadow across the landscape is magical. The descent takes about 3 hours. Your knees will feel it. Off-season climbs are possible, but trails aren't lit and facilities close. Anuradhapura was Sri Lanka's first capital, lasting over 1,000 years. The ancient city is massive, with ruins spread across several square kilometers. This was one of the ancient world's greatest cities. The sacred bo tree is the oldest documented tree on Earth. It was grown from a cutting of the tree under which Buddha attained enlightenment in India. Buddhist pilgrims from across the world visit to pay respects. The Dagobas, massive dome-shaped structures, dominate the landscape. Ruwanwelisaya Dagoba is the most impressive. Its white dome rises 103 meters. Thousands of stone elephants form a wall around the base. Jetavanaramaya was one of the world's tallest structures when built in the 3rd century. The ruins of monasteries, palaces, and bathing pools show how sophisticated this civilization was. The twin ponds, with their perfectly preserved stone staircases, are architecturally brilliant. Rent a bicycle to cover the large distances between ruins. The site is hot with limited shade. Start early morning. The Nine-Arch Bridge near Yala is one of Sri Lanka's most photographed structures. This colonial-era railway bridge has 9 graceful arches spanning a jungle valley. The British built it in the early 1900s entirely from stone and brick, without using any steel. The craftsmanship is remarkable considering the era. Trains cross the bridge several times daily. Traveling between Yala and Damodara. When a train crosses, the image is iconic. Blue or red carriages are framed by green jungle and weathered stone arches. Local children know the train schedule and enthusiastically alert visitors when one's approaching. The best viewpoint is from the bottom, looking up at the bridge. You can also stand on the bridge between trains for different perspectives. Walking the tracks is technically illegal, but everyone does it. Be very careful and respect train schedules. The walk from Yala town takes about 30 minutes through working tea plantations. Tuk-tuks offer rides for a few dollars. Early morning has the best light for photography without harsh shadows. Sigiriya Forest Reserve is Sri Lanka's last significant rainforest. This UNESCO World Heritage Site protects incredible biodiversity found nowhere else. Over half the tree species are endemic to this forest. The bird life is spectacular, with many rare endemic species that birdwatchers travel far to see. Purple-faced langurs and toque macaques move through the forest canopy. Leeches are abundant, especially during monsoon season. They're annoying, but harmless. Wear long socks and pants tucked in. Check yourself regularly. Guides are mandatory for entry and helpful in spotting well-camouflaged wildlife. The guides know bird calls and can locate species by sound alone. The main trail follows a stream through dense primary forest. Giant trees tower overhead, creating a cathedral-like atmosphere. Lianas hang down, creating natural curtains. The atmosphere is humid and primordial. The forest is wet year-round, but the southwest monsoon from May to July brings heavy rain. Better conditions exist from January through April. Basic guest houses in nearby villages offer simple accommodation. Colombo is Sri Lanka's commercial capital and largest city. It's where most international flights arrive. Many tourists rush through, heading directly for beaches or hills. But the city rewards exploration beyond the airport. The Fort District has impressive colonial buildings from Dutch and British periods. The old Parliament and Dutch hospital are beautifully restored into modern uses. Petta Market is chaotic sensory overload with energy you won't forget. Narrow streets are crammed with shops selling everything imaginable. Hindu temples sit beside mosques, showing religious harmony. Galle Green is an oceanfront promenade where locals gather for sunset. Street food vendors sell iso wade, spicy shrimp patties, and other snacks. The National Museum has excellent collections explaining Sri Lankan history and culture through artifacts. Gangaramaya Temple combines traditional and modern Buddhist architecture in interesting ways. Colombo's food scene is excellent. From street food to fine dining, you can taste all Sri Lankan regional cuisines represented. Mount Lavinia Beach, south of the city center, has a more relaxed coastal vibe. Ravana Falls cascades down dramatically from the Yala Highlands. This waterfall is deeply connected to the ancient Ramayana epic in Hindu mythology. Legend says King Ravana hid the kidnapped Sita in caves hidden behind these falls. The falls are easily visible from the main road between Yala and Welawaya. The drop is about 25 meters across a wide rock face, creating impressive width. During monsoon season, the volume increases dramatically. The falls split into multiple powerful streams. In dry season, they reduce to a modest trickle barely covering the rocks. A short path from the road leads directly to the base of the falls. You can swim in the pool, though it gets quite crowded, with both locals and tourists on weekends. The rocks are extremely slippery, so be very careful walking around. Some adventurous people climb up beside the falls to reach higher pools. This is quite risky without proper footwear and experience. The falls are very accessible, making them popular with tour buses throughout the day. Going early morning means encountering fewer crowds and softer light for photos. Sri Lanka rewards travelers who take their time exploring. The island packs incredible diversity into a surprisingly small area. You can see wildlife, ancient ruins, beaches, and mountains all within a few hours' drive. Sri Lankans are genuinely warm and welcoming people. The hospitality makes traveling here pleasant and memorable. The food is exceptional, with rice and curry being the daily staple meal served with multiple curries. Subscribe to Global Luxe Journeys for more destinations that reward exploration. Comment which Sri Lankan destination excites you most. Now start planning, because Sri Lanka is waiting with its perfect blend of nature, culture, wildlife, and beaches, all on one extraordinary island that will change how you see the world.